Hey guys, so I'm finally doing it. I finally started my Pickwick Papers, Charles Dickens kind of read through. So just to explain what I'm doing, I kind of mentioned it in a couple TBRs what my plan was. Charles Dickens's novels were published in serial format. So the Pickwick Papers was his first novel, and I've decided to read it. And to kind of get me off the hook of reading this whole thing at once, and because I thought it'd be interesting, I've decided to follow the original breakdown of the serialization of this novel. So looking it up, it looks like the novel was published in 19 issues over the course of 20 months. The last issue was a double-length issue, and he had something happen, so he missed an issue in May of 1837. So anyway, there are 19 issues. So the way it's broken up is the first issue, they'd come out monthly, and I thought about trying to read it like that. That seems like a really long commitment to take over a year. Over 20 months, so almost 2 years of reading this one book. So I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to start for bi-monthly, so every 2 weeks I'm going to try to do one of these. And the only reason I'm doing it that way, I would try to do one every week, but once I get back into school in January, I feel like I'm going to have a lot of other stuff I have to read, so this is probably going to go on the back burner. So I might start for the first few weeks to do one issue a week, and then see kind of how that goes. So anyway, the first issue is chapters 1 and 2. Second issue is chapters 3 through 5. Third is chapters 6 through 8. Fourth is going to be chapters 9 through 11. The fifth is 12 through 14. The sixth issue is chapters 15 through 17. Seventh issue is 18 through 20. Eighth issue is 21 through 23. The ninth issue is 24 through 26. 10th is 27 through 29. The 11th is 30 through 32. The 12th is 33 and 34. And the 13th is 35 through 37. 14th is 38 through 40th. 15th is 41st through the 43rd. And then 16 is 44 through 46. 17 is chapters 47 through 49. 18 is chapters 50 through 52, and then the last, which is going to be 19 and 20, is chapters 53 through 57. So my general plan is to try to read each issue every 2 weeks, and I'll make a short video about the chapters that I went over. So I'm just going to include the first issue in this introductory video, because it was short, it was just the 2 chapters. So pretty much the first chapter is just setting up what the Pickwick Club is, which is kind of like a society, a little club in England with all these guys. I'm kind of giving an intro of the Pickwickians. And there is a Mr. Pickwick who founded and is kind of the head honcho. But there's other dudes. And then the second chapter is them going out traveling and meeting this guy who's kind of weird and very talkative, and he helps them out of a street fight. And they go to dinner, and then one of the guys wants to go to a ball, and the other guys want to go to sleep because they're drunk, so they go. So the tall guy's like, oh, I'll go with you. And then the tall guy goes, but they have to borrow a coat from one of their guys who's asleep. So they borrow his coat, which is very distinctive. It has the Pickwick Club seal sewed on it. They go, the tall guy insults a doctor, a surgeon that's in the army, by stealing his lady. And then the next morning, the surgeon sends his buddy to go find out who the guy is and offer him into a duel. Anyway, so the guy whose coat it actually is gets mistaken for the tall guy because they replaced the coat. He goes to duel. He doesn't remember doing anything, but he's like, it doesn't matter. I always talk so much shit that I have to stand up for it now, even if I was drunk and I don't remember, even though I'm pretty sure I didn't do it, but I must have done it. So he agrees to the duel, and then he gets his friend, and he's like, oh, don't tell the police that we're going to have a duel. But secretly, he's hoping that his friend will go tell the police and save his life. And the friend's like, oh yeah, for sure, I won't tell them. Like, we're gonna handle this. And the main guy's like, oh no, go tell the police, but he can't say it. So he ends up going all the way. They're gonna duel, they're gonna shoot each other. And then the doctor's finally like, wait, you're not the guy. And then they're like, oh. So anyway, that's pretty much all that happens. And I'm sorry that I just literally gave you the plot. But it's only the first 2 chapters, but it's already kind of like hysterical. And I can see why this would be popular. So I was like, that was so so stupid, but so great. Like, so I'm excited to get more into this. The first chapter seems like it's going to be super boring because it's just setting up stuff. But the second chapter was really funny. So hopefully it gets more interesting. And I'm going to start on the second issue, chapters 3 through 5, soon here. And you'll have a video for that. So anyway, if you're interested, this is going to be like an ongoing project. Obviously, it's going to take a while to complete it. I'm totally planning on reading other books and doing videos and other videos. That's kind of also why I didn't want to just read through this all at once. So keep looking for these. I'll try to make it clear which ones are the Charles Dickens Pickwick Papers, and at the end I'll do a wrap-up video to kind of see, and any input, if you guys have any input on whether or not I'm taking too long or what, I would really like to hear your guys' ideas about this. This is sort of like an experiment for me, and it'd be really cool if anyone wants to read it with me. Totally would be cool to do that. I'd love to see someone else's opinion on reading it like this. Anyway, you can follow me on Twitter at booksandbeer, and I'll put the link down there. Happy reading and have a good life.